turns out this project's going to be a little hard to complete in one video. I thought it was when I started. When I picked this up, it was working. At least I thought everything was working. Plays records, great. Door was a little slow opening up, so I already know I need to change the belt. The lights were all out. Knew I was going to need to change the lights. Thought that was going to be it. Nope, apparently not. The auto part of the system, the more complicated parts, aren't working up to snuff. It can't detect what size records it has in it. And for kind of an automatic system, that's kind of a big deal. It works great manually. Everything functions, everything makes sound, plays records, can do that. But I'd really like to be able to put a record in it and it figure out what size record it is, what speed it should go at, rather than me having to push all kinds of little buttons and do things manually. So I'm kind of having to work through the more complicated part of it, and that's going to take a while. So I've got to go through the troubleshooting guide and the service manual. I got to figure out the integrated chips, which God, I hope they work, because if they don't, I'm hosed. But, you know, hey. So there's a lot of things to check, and it's going to take me a while. I'll video it all, and I'll either make it work or I won't. But we'll give it a shot. Going for the crazy camera angles. But I really want to fix this record player, because vertical record players are kind of unicorns, and I would really like to see if I can get it fully functional rather than somewhat functional. Definitely going to keep it regardless because it's really cool. This is a Kenwood P9 vertical record player. It kind of works. It also kind of doesn't. The door opens itself, but it won't close by itself. It's got a pretty bad scratch right here. I'm going to do something about that. I think there's supposed to be a light in here that's not working. It's got a few other issues, but we're going to see if we can't clean it up, look at it inside and out, and fix it up. Okay, let's take off the back and see what we're looking at on the inside, at least on the back. Well, that's interesting. Not sure what I'm looking at. Turntable. This is the motor, I think, that runs the door. This is the motor that runs the door, I believe. And if I had to guess, that probably needs to be replaced so that the door actually functions. So let me test and see if that actually is the door, because the door is the part that isn't working very well. The rest of it looks pretty nice on the inside. It's got some fuses down here. They look intact. Power supply looks pretty good. Big old capacitors, very large capacitors. Large, but not too bulky. Little capacitors up here. Lots and lots of resistors. Some chips. Hope those are functioning. Power transistors. There's a lot going on down here. I don't remember what this is. What is that? That's the Synchro. I have no idea what that is, but it's called the Synchro. Somewhere on the front side of this is going to be a light bulb. It's the actual motor assembly for the door. Again, it doesn't look too, I think it's going to need a new belt. Let's see what happens here when I hit the open. Yep, that's the one that opens the door. Door successfully opened. When I hit close, what's going to happen now? Yeah, I have to help it. It's trying. There it goes. But it definitely needs help. So that belt, I'm going to have to find a replacement for it. So I'm going to have to dig into this to figure out what kind of belt it is. See if I can't order one somewhere. I managed to find a copy of the service manual. Thank you, Vinyl Engine. The front panel apparently will come off if I just take this screw off here. And I think in here are some lights to light up the inside so you can see what's going on. I'm not positive. Service manual doesn't seem to help me much there. Okay, I got the screw out, and supposedly if I pull up, this comes off. I'm not sure I believe it. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, it does come off. That's nice. Maybe that's a way I can fix this without too much hassle. Now at least I got all of this. See if I can get it to close. I have to help it, otherwise it doesn't want to close. Here it goes. It's still through again. It doesn't want to close. There we go. So there is stuff. And I think there's some lights in here. I have to figure out how to get in there and see if I can see what they are, if anything. Another belt. That one actually feels like it's in pretty good condition. That's the one that pulls the stylus along. There's the stylus. That's what plays across. That looks like a light hood. No, that's going to be what's looking at the record. That's going to be what's looking at the record to see what kind of record it is. So again, hiding in here, I think there's some lights. See if I can't find something to take the screws off there and see if I can't see what's going on. Okay, I think these are where the lights are. But then, again, figured out how to get to them necessarily from the assembly here. Trying to do as least a deconstruction as I can to get in here. Okay, I have one of these wonderful things. I'm hoping it'll work for me. Maybe, maybe not. That ain't gonna work. I think it's smaller than that. Okay, it turns out the answer is just brute force. Got to get more leverage than I could get with the bendy one. So there's that. So now I got to get this one. Probably could take this. Probably could take off this screw and this screw, but I don't want to. Well, that didn't really get me far. Yep, there's little lamps there. Oh, there's screws on the other side. Yay! Are there screws in there? It appears there's some screws on the other underside too. Awesome! Gotta go find those. At least I can confirm there are some lights there to replace and fix, because they are not functioning. Okay, let's see if I can't get those out of there in some sort of fashion. Yeah, that's not easy. There's one. Yay. Gotta get that one. Well, this is awkward. Okay. Let me reset and turn this around a little bit. Seems like all I do in my videos right now is replace burned out lights and vintage gear and mess around with belts. Belts everywhere. Again, there's lights here. Got to figure out what's going on with them. See if I can't see what's going on with the light. Can't see if there's a filament or anything yet, but I'm going to give it a shot. Yeah, that definitely looks blown out. The filament is not intact. Same deal with this one. Whoop! And suddenly this one comes to life. What the heck? Whoop! Wait, what? Oh, interesting. That one just looks like it's got a bad connection somewhere. That's weird. Okay, I touched this one and it came to life. I don't understand that. Oh, it just went out. Oh, it just went out. That one's got a problem, but it works. At this point, I need to figure out some parts. I need to kind of come up with a new lighting plan and see what kind of lights I might have or need to order. I need to figure out something about the belt and try to get the door working. I also got a whole bunch of scratches all over it, especially the front cover, so I think I might do some painting. Anyway, at this point, I need to get some stuff. So I'm probably going to put out where I'm at video while I wait for parts, and probably move on to some other aspect of getting this thing fully functional while I wait for parts. And I'll probably need to really figure out the pin outs of the chip and see what's going on with it. Because I think the light that kind of goes on and off isn't really triggering the size of the record sensor well. I'm hoping it's not a chip problem. I'm hoping it's just a light sensitivity photo resistor, photo transistor, whatever kind of photo detector thing is going on with it. So stay tuned. I'll figure this out. I hope. Well, I'll give it a shot. Got some neat optics going on in my lamp. Hi. You can see behind the camera on the lamp. A bee.